The Bowers and Wilkins PX are BMW's first attempt at active noise-canceling headphones. And for their first try, they did very well. The Bowers and Wilkins PX sound phenomenal and look like something Frank Gehry, the architect, would have designed. But they do have their quirks. So are the Bowers and Wilkins PX right for you? We're about to find out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you can watch some of my other videos here after you're done watching this video. Let's talk money. The Bowers and Wilkins PX retail for $400, so they're slightly more expensive than the Sony 1000XM2 and the Bose QC35 II. But you have two colorways to choose from, space gray and soft gold, and I have to say, they both look great. If you want to pick these headphones up, I'll have links in the description below, and I'll keep them updated so you can get the best deal possible. Unboxing the Bowers and Wilkins PX is very similar to unboxing an Apple product. You slide the lid off and front and center are the headphones. Underneath you'll find a diamond weave carrying pouch that looks just as good as the headphones themselves. But if you plan on traveling a lot with these headphones, I would invest in a hard shell carrying case. Inside the carrying pouch you'll find some documentation, an audio cable, and a USB Type-C cable. And speaking of USB Type-C, the BMW PX are one of the first headphones to actually use a new port instead of a micro USB port like Sony, Bose, and Beats did on their newest headphones, and they should have known better. Next to the USB Type-C port, you'll find a 3.5mm headphone jack. A little further up, you'll also find the power button that you slide to turn the headphones on or off, and if you press and hold it, you'll put the headphones into pairing mode. And above that is your noise cancellation button. And you'll also find the larger independent volume up and volume down buttons, and in the center is the multi-purpose button to control your music playback. Single press to play or pause, double press to skip a track, triple press to go back a track, and press and hold to activate Siri. Although they are very raised and have great tactile feedback, they can be hard to tell apart at times. Personally, I would have preferred if they were textured as well. The overall design and build quality of the Bowers and Wilkins PX is just superb. By far, these are my favorite looking headphones. They look very elegant and people have stopped me to ask me what headphones these were. You've got a stainless steel body, tight ballistic nylon around the ear cups and headband, and a braided cable running down the sides of the headphones. They're a pair of very sturdy and well-built headphones. The ear cups pivot and swivel very gracefully, and the headphones can be laid flat, but unfortunately they do not fold up. Regarding the leather around the ear cups and headband, when I first got them it felt very cheap and plasticky, but after a few days the leather did get softer and smoother. The ear pads themselves are magnetically attached, so they're super easy to remove and clean, and they're just as easy to put back on. They literally just snap back into place. Regarding comfort, these headphones are not for everybody, especially for people with big heads like me. Right out of the box, these headphones do have a lot of clamping force, almost a little more than the Beats Studio 3s, but after wearing them for a while, they do break in. But even though the padding on these headphones is plush, there isn't enough of it, so after a while of wearing them, I do have some discomfort in the jaw area. But that's just me. If you have a smaller head, you're probably going to be just fine. The ear cups themselves are very similar to the Bose QC35 IIs. They do a very good job of encasing your ears and having very little surface area in contact with your head when you have them on. The padding also doesn't rest on any portion of your ear like the Sony 1000XM2s or Beats Studio 3s do. And overheating isn't a problem. Now let's talk about tech specs. These headphones are using Bluetooth 4.1 and can be connected to two devices at the same time, which is good, but since BMW decided to use USB Type-C on their headphones, I think it would have been cool as well if they decided to use Bluetooth 5.0 instead. But anyway, they're good for about 40 feet of range, but unfortunately for Android users, these headphones don't have NFC, but they do have aptX HD audio, which I feel is more important since Google just announced fast pairing. And these headphones also connect to an app, which I'll go into in a minute. While testing these headphones, I did notice there was about a half-second latency when watching YouTube videos with them, so lips weren't perfectly in sync, but it wasn't anything too bad. When you power these headphones up and they connect to your device, they'll play a chime, but unfortunately there are no voice prompts or chimes to tell you when noise cancellation is turned on or off. Regarding battery life, it's pretty average. With noise cancellation turned on, I've averaged about 24 hours. With noise cancellation turned off, I've averaged about 30 hours. And unfortunately, these headphones cannot be used passively, so even if you want to use them with a wired connection, they still need to be powered on. And unfortunately, there's no official quick charging. So basically, don't get caught with these headphones with 0% battery. The PX also features Bowers and Wilkins' own noise cancellation technology. And it's okay, it's very good at blocking out constant low frequency sounds like AC units, fans, or road noise while you're on the bus. But everything else still manages to get in even when the noise cancellation is set to the highest level. But when you're playing music, you're still in your own little world. But these headphones do have very little cabin pressure and no hissing, which is good for people who might want to use them without playing music. And in my testing, these headphones picked up almost no wind noise. Even while I was out on the George Washington Bridge getting B-roll, these headphones picked up no wind noise, which is amazing because for comparison, the Bose QC35s are very sensitive to wind noise. Now, when it comes to sound quality, that's where these headphones shine. First off, they do require a break-in period, but afterwards, they do live up to the hype. They have a very even sound signature, which is what audiophiles prefer. They have deep bass, very well-defined mids, and the highs are very crisp, and there's no noticeable sound distortion at higher volumes. I feel these headphones are best suited for jazz, R&B, or pop, or easy listening in general, but not so much for rap or EDM. Even though they do have a lot of bass, you can't really feel the music like you would with the 1000 XM2s or the Studio 3s. But nonetheless, they do sound really good, and when the low ends kick in combined with the encased ear cups, my ears are constantly perking up when I listen to music with these. But these headphones do sound very different with noise cancellation turned on or off. I try to listen to these headphones with noise cancellation turned off as much as I can. Even though these headphones still sound really good with noise cancellation turned on, you will notice their soundstage isn't as wide and the lows aren't as deep. If you're an audiophile, you'll notice, but if you're a casual user, you probably won't care. The Bowers and Wilkins PX also feature WearSense technology, which are proximity sensors right in the center of each ear cup. The idea is that when you put the headphones on, they'll automatically power on and start playing music. When you take them off and place them on your desk or around your neck, they'll automatically go into low power state. And if you're listening to music and you take one of your ear cups off to listen to someone talking to you, they'll automatically pause your music and will only resume playing once the ear cups are back on your ears. Even though this is very cool and is what I suggested the Beats Studio 3 should have had, it's not perfect. Sometimes if you just want to adjust the headphones, they will pause and play your music. There are some instances where the headphones will randomly start playing and pausing your music even though you clearly have them on. And even sometimes in the middle of these instances, they'll go into their low power mode even though you have them on. And even if I adjusted the sensitivity of the wear sensors in the app, I would still run into the same problems. So I just ended up using these headphones with the wear sense turned off. But maybe it could just be me. Maybe my ears are too small. Hopefully this isn't a hardware issue, and maybe Bowers and Wilkins can fix this with a software update in the future. Like I mentioned earlier, these headphones also have their own app, and the app is pretty basic. You can see your current battery status, toggle wear sense on or off, and choose from various noise cancellation settings. Just like the Sony 1000 XM2, the PX allows you to specify how much ambient sound you would like to let in, and you can set your own default for each setting. But unfortunately, there is no equalizer in the app itself. Even though these headphones do sound great, it would have been nice to at least have the option. Okay, and here's the mic test. Personally, I don't think it sounds amazing. It sounds very tinny, and the mic likes to get blown out a lot, especially if you talk very loudly. But again, this audio clip is being recorded by the microphone on the Bowers and Wilkins PX, so you can be the judge of that. Overall, I feel the Bowers and Wilkins PX are the Aston Martin of headphones. They're beautifully designed and great at some things, but they do have their quirks. They look amazing and they're all about sound. The noise cancellation is good and there's no cabin pressure or hissing, but they're not number one. The wear sensor is cool when it works, but hopefully it'll get better with a software update. Remember, these aren't the best for people with bigger heads, but if noise cancellation isn't your number one priority and you just want something that sounds really good and looks unique, you can't go wrong with the Bowers and Wilkins PX. For their first try, they did very well. But for the PX2s, I would like to see some more padding on the ear cups and headband, less clamping force, textured volume buttons, voice prompts, and an equalizer built into the app. Maybe improved battery life and quick charging wouldn't hurt either. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It helps out more than you realize. For more product reviews and deal alerts, check out jimcaddy.net. If you want to support the channel, pick up a shirt. And I'll catch you next time.